You know how important it is to have a balanced budget amendment, my friends? It would prohibit them from doing what they've been doing once and for all. It would legislate us having a balanced budget every single year in Congress. And Adam Hasner has been on the forefront of this fight, whether he's serving in the House or whether he's a private citizen. And for that, I just love this guy. Adam Hasner, hopefully the next senator, along with Marco Rubio. What a team would that be, right? Marco and Adam, what a happy Tampa. Of course, George Lemieux and Haradopoulos are about to kill me.
Good afternoon, Boca Raton! It is so great to be back home and to be surrounded by so many people that are ready to fight to take our country back in the right direction. Now, I understand why you're here today. And it's because you, just like I am, are increasingly frustrated with the direction that this administration is taking our country in. But we can do something about it. Unfortunately, some politicians in Washington just haven't gotten the message. And it's not just Democrats, it's Republicans also. We need to let them know enough is enough. We want our leaders to tell it like it is, and if you're not going to get the job done, we're going to find somebody else who will. We need to tell them, cut the spending, stop the borrowing, balance the budget, and attack the debt. And we sent that message in 2010, but it was only the beginning. In 2012, we need to send principled, conservative reinforcements to Washington, D.C. to get the job done. Now, it's important to understand that while we are concerned, America's decline is not predetermined. Abraham Lincoln once reminded us that America is too strong to be destroyed by outside forces. But if we fail, it will be because we falter from within. And we are doing it to ourselves. We are doing it to ourselves. Washington is simply spending money that America does not have. And we are bankrupting. And we are bankrupting our country both fiscally and morally. And we have too many in Washington, D.C. who are worried about political consequences instead of the consequences to our country if we fail to take meaningful action. Fortunately, we're represented by Congressman Allen West, who stands true on conservative principles. And he understands, like I do, that now is not the time for the Republican Party to be taking victory laps in Washington, D.C., because we will borrow more in the next 10 days than we agree to cut in this year's budget, and that is unacceptable. Because how can we expect, if we can't do the easy things and make the spending cuts today, how can we expect that we're going to have the courage to take on the tough challenges, to cut spending significantly, to balance the budget, to tackle entitlement reform, and to attack the debt? Because our $14 trillion national debt has now become our nation's greatest national security threat. And we can no longer continue to borrow money from countries that do not share our values and interests. Because if America can't act on the global stage by taking the moral leadership, then little by little, we effectively lose our nation's sovereignty and independence. And unfortunately, we are in a battle right now for the heart and soul of this country against an administration that believes it is better for America to fit in with the rest of the world than it is for America to lead it. This president continues to insist on a foreign policy that engages our enemies and distances America from our allies, and it is making America less safe, less trusted, and less respected around the world. We must restore a national security platform based on the Ronald Reagan philosophy of peace through strength. And we must always remember that America's economic prosperity, our strong national security of America is safer when America is stronger, and our foundational Judeo-Christian principles are interwoven and inseparable. We must also remember that the bigger we allow our government to get, the more we lose our own individual freedoms. And it is American exceptionalism that is based on the spirit of the individual, not the power of the state. And so that's why we're here today. That's why we're here today, because we understand the challenges that we face, and we remember what Ronald Reagan once said, is that freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We do not pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like to live in the United States when men were free. That's why we're here today to fight. This is a critical turning point in America's history. We must get active, because we cannot begin to turn this country around until we take back control of the United States Senate and make Barack Obama a one-term president. And it's not just about electing Republicans. We need principled leaders who have the courage to say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. Join us. Join us in 2012 to send reinforcements to Washington. Join our movement at adamhasner.com, and I will fight with you to restore the promise of America for today and for future generations. God bless Boca Raton. God bless the United States of America.